If you didn't recognize that face, it's Regan McNeil. And do you know where she's from? The Exorcist. So do you know what we're doing? Hello everybody, my name is Kendall Plyer and welcome back to another book review. Where it's not gonna be as serious this time. It's gonna be a little bit more fun. Well, that's if you don't mind the concepts that cover demonic possession, disrespect towards religion, profanity, drugs, sexual references or acts, violence, gore, and body horror. Look, I'm not gonna be your parent, okay? I'm not gonna tell you whether or not you should watch it or not because of the content warnings. Um, but I'll give you this. Um, this book is a lot more in detail of what's going on. So if you want to spend like what 6 or 9 hours reading this whole book and then like having the experience of having a detailed story, then go on and do that. But um, there's a movie out there that had the help of the author, um, called The Exorcist. Pretty sure if you guys know horror, you guys know what it is. So if you guys want to watch that for 2 hours, go ahead, cause it's basically the same thing. And I recommend doing both, but that's me, not you. So both the book and the movie opens up to the area being northern Iraq, and we are following this old man. Um, he is like there looking for artifacts, and he has his boy come up to him saying that they found something and like pieces. So then he's like, "Where?" And then they're gonna say like, "Oh, it's like I like this mound area." So then he goes to follow the kid, right? And he follows the kid, and then they're saying that there's all these artifacts that they found, and so he looks into the hole, and what he finds in the hole is like this big old rock, okay, and then there's something jutting out of it, and and he snaps off the piece, and then it's just like a statue head. Um, this statue head means a lot to the story, um, but we're gonna get to that in a bit. Also, I forgot to mention that this story that um, William Peter Blatty made, um, it's fiction, but um, he got inspired by an exorcism that happened in 1949. Is the exorcism of 14-year-old Roland Doe in Cottage City, Maryland. So yeah, take that as you will. So the guy goes to his friend. He's looking at the pendant. It's pretty important to the story, but he then picks up the statue head, and then his friend says evil against evil. So that's what the head means, or something like that. And then in the background, you see that the clock stops, meaning that the statue itself and whatever it means is really bad. And so the guy's like really frightened about it. But he tells his friend that he has to leave, so they bid each other farewell. And then he ends up going to the ruins of a temple, and he goes into the opening. And then there's like a big shadow that covers him, and there's like sunlight, right? And then you get to see like a image or like a scene of a statue with like the sun behind it. Okay, so he goes up to it closer, to see a better look, and then we see the statue, and the statue that he had in his hand, literally looks exactly the same. Um, and this statue is for the demon Pazuzu. And like he looks frightened, and he doesn't really look like it's like really positive or anything, because it's not. But it fades into the sun, and then it fades out into the shot of Georgetown, Washington D.C. This is where the story pivots to focus on Reagan McNeil and Chris McNeil and their experience of the possession over Reagan.
It's the power. Holy.
I know what you might be thinking. Who or what is Pazuzu? So we're gonna take a moment to Google it right now. It says here, Pazuzu in Mesopotamian religion is the king of wind demons. And people believed that Pazuzu helped humans ward off other demons, and thus representations of his face served as popular amulets in the first millennium BCE and in the Middle East. Well, in this story, he seems like a really bad person or demon or whatever, because he possesses Reagan. So yeah, and this is foreshadowed. I mean, I know I just spoiled it for you, but this is foreshadowed when it shows his statue, and then a scene where Reagan is being hypnotized. Her hand is up in the same position as the statue. So yeah, that's one foreshadowing. There's a lot of foreshadowing in the story, and there's a lot of suspense in the story, which makes it really good and makes it really entertaining, and gets you engaged as well. I don't really have a favorite scene, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have a favorite scene. But I do like how the graphic details of the book is perfectly put into this movie visually. It's really jarring and really shocking at some points, especially what Pazuzu says in the body of Reagan. So yeah. Well, actually, there is one scene that is my favorite, so I'm gonna show you that. But yeah, that's my review. I think it was really fun. So, and if you want to be scared, why not? I don't know, over the weekend or over the summer, you could go watch it and have a great time. Okay? So yeah.